Hi, everybody. I stopped talking about the Kardashians for a good little minute because I was like, let these people live. Let me let these people breathe. Let me let these people do what they gonna do, how they gonna do it. But I got to tell you, this latest news that has hit the airways about Khloe Kardashian having a baby via surrogacy by Tristan Thompson has got to be by far the most ghetto, ghetto news I have ever heard year to date. The most ghetto celebrity news anyway, because this stuff happened in the real world all the time where people be seriously with women and then go out, cheat, and get other women pregnant. And then Tristan Thompson is such a dirty, dirty man. I mean, honestly, you have to be just so arrogant as a man, so calculating, so disrespectful to literally be like, I know I have another woman pregnant. I know that I did XYZ ABC with this woman, and I do not care. I am still going to whisper sweet nothings in the ear of my current baby mama. I am still going to have her believing that she is my one all be all in all. I am still going to give her all the hopes and dreams of the future that I am a changed man and I'm trying to work on my behavior. Like, this man is such a freaking nutcase. He's such a nutcase. Like, I literally remember watching the Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and he was like, I'm going to therapy. I'm a changed man. We're working out together. I'm putting in the work. I've got to win Chloe back. And then, and then, this is what you're saying out of your mouth. Like Tristan said, all of these things. Meanwhile, he was still getting all the way loose with every woman he can get his hands on. We only know about Marley Nichols, but there is nobody who can convince me that this man wasn't canoodling around the streets with a lot more than Marley Nichols. She just happened to be the one that got a baby to show for it. And it just goes to show you, ladies, that it is so important for you to believe a man the first time. Like, why is it so hard? Why is it so hard to believe a man the first time? Like, as women, like, I get we want to be forgiving, we want to have an open heart, we want to believe that people can change, but there are just some things that a man could do that should really just make you be like, nah, that's just too far. It's just too far. It's too far. And Tristan displayed on more than one occasion. Good morning, Tina Lachey. Good morning, Glam Nails. Um, oh no, Tristan Thompson. Oh yeah, Khloe Kardashian is having a baby via surrogacy by Tristan Thompson, baby. If y'all ain't know, it's all over the shade room. It's all over the internet. It's the ghetto. They got a baby due like tomorrow. Like, Khloe been her surrogate has been pregnant for a hot minute after he done already got a baby by Marley Nichols. Marley Nichols delivered her baby in December. Allegedly, Chloe surrogate got pregnant in November. So right before Marley delivered, they got pregnant via surrogacy. Now, the story for us, the people, is that Chloe had absolutely no idea that Tristan was got Marley Nichols pregnant. That she was blindsided by this news. Um, she was blindsided by this news and caught off guard, flabbergasted, and bewildered by this news. And, she got to deal with her situation the way she got to deal with it. She dropped off the grid and whatever, whatever, whatever. That's the story they want us to believe. And I'm going to give Chloe the benefit of the doubt because I don't have no proof that she knew ahead of time. I'm gonna give Chloe the benefit of the doubt and say that she was blindsided by this news because I just cannot believe that this man literally looked her in the face and was like, "Yes, I want to let you know I probably got another baby on the way," and she still went through with surrogacy. Like, that level of delusion, like, if that were the case, Chloe would have to be absolutely the most delusional woman to ever walk the face of this earth because she is a wealthy woman. Like, she's wealthy. She has all her teeth. She has all her hair. She is a desirable woman by any standard. You know what I mean? Like, she's not the kind of woman that can't get a man. So for you to willingly and voluntarily submit yourself for such tomfoolery, it blows me to smithereens. Like, it literally blows me to smithereens. And so I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt that she didn't know about this. I'm just gonna assume that this woman, she got a surrogate. If you was watching Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Khloe came out and basically said that she has like uterine problems. Now I could believe that's true because when Khloe was dating Lamar, she used to be going to the gynecologist all the time trying to figure out what was wrong with her ovaries because she allegedly couldn't get pregnant. Um, so the whole story on Khloe's behalf is that she has issues conceiving and that it's really hard for her. She had a rough pregnancy. We don't know all the details, but allegedly that was all of the, she got some kind of feminine issues that make it difficult for her. So she was exploring surrogacy, and Kim, hi Lynn Liquor, how are you? And Kim was encouraging her to use surrogacy because obviously Kim used surrogacy. So she was encouraging Khloe to do it. And Khloe was like, all right, I'm going to freeze my eggs. She confronted Tristan and was like, can we, would you be open to it? Tristan was like, yes, I definitely would have another baby with you. Why she had a surrogate, I don't know. That's the story she gave us. I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt. And I'm going to just believe that that's the real reason. That's neither here nor there. Tristan Thompson allegedly, because I'm gonna give Khloe the benefit of the doubt because I just can't believe she's that delusional. Like, I could believe she's that delusional because she took that man back after he did what he did with Jordan Woods. So I could believe she's that delusional, but the hopeful in me, like the hopeful in me wants to believe she ain't that delusional. Like I have to believe for my own mental health. I have to believe that Khloe's not that crazy. Like I just have to. So I'm gonna believe that Tristan blindsided her with this news about Marley Nichols and that he had an undercover baby that she ain't know nothing about, and it was too late for her to turn back on surrogacy because obviously that ain't her uterus. That uterus belongs to that surrogate. So you can't tell your surrogate, I need you to terminate this pregnancy because baby, that ain't your uterus. So I have to believe that Khloe was just in too deep, right? She was in too deep. It was no turning back. She had to go see it through to fruition. I'm gonna give her that one. I'm gonna give her that. But my biggest concern is Tristan Thompson, like my dog, and like how, like how can men wake up every single day? Like how can a man wake up every single day, look himself in the mirror, and know that he a piece of crap, and continue to tell himself that he's a good guy? Literally, you wake up in the morning, you know you are full of crap. You look at yourself in the mirror, you know you ain't SHIT, but yet you walk into that room, you look at that woman in the face and you whisper her all kind of sweet nothings. You whisper her all kind of baby, I want to be with you forever. You make all of these empty promises of a future. You sell this woman a whole ass dream. Like you are selling her the dream. I mean, this man was so committed to selling Khloe this dream. He was in therapy and everything. Meanwhile, you don't care. When people say Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, like like Tristan Thompson is giving me those vibes. Like you have to be a psychopath. Like, how in the world is it possible for you to just be lying like that? And then for you to have the audacity to just tell a woman one day, like, hey, by the way, there's a woman out here who's about to give birth to a baby boy, and I am the father. And then according to Kim Kardashian, Khloe found out on Instagram. Like she was blindsided like the rest of us. That's Kim's story. Khloe, did you see Tristan's post? Does Khloe know about this? Like, you really gonna break a whole baby to me on Instagram? You gonna like it's like the Twilight Zone. It's the Twilight Zone. Like honestly, maybe they're a match made in heaven because Tristan Thompson is absolutely not above publicizing his personal life and making a mockery of himself and of every woman who he comes in contact with. And those are the kind of men, ladies, you got to be incredibly afraid of. A man who don't got no decorum and who will embarrass you at every single turn. Because when I heard Kim say that Khloe ain't know nothing about it and Tristan blindsided her, it's like not only are you going to cheat on me multiple times with multiple people, including people who are technically slick a part of my family, you're going to also go tell the whole entire world that you got another baby on the way, while you know for a fact that we got a whole nother surrogate pregnant with our baby. You not even going to give me the courtesy to give me a courtesy call, a telegram, a text, nothing. He is so disrespectful. Like I literally am just flabbergasted by the disrespect. He is definitely effed up in the head, Tina Lachey. Like he is so effed up in the head. Like hey, Broken Dior. One thing about the Kardashian clan is once they have a child with a man, they absolutely will not have another child by someone else. So no matter what, they want their children to have the same father. I I'm sorry. If that's the case, more power to you, Broken Dior. Like I get it. I get why you might not want to have multiple baby daddies. I'm not judging. Ain't my business. But there is just no possible way I could fathom voluntarily bringing a child into such a toxic situation. Like I would like true is here, true is here. There's nothing you could do about that. Like that was the first time that she really got blindsided. She was already about to give birth. Like you can't put the soda back into the bottle. But this new baby, I'm not going to voluntarily bring my child into chaos and kafuckery. I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. If the home is broken, if we are irretrievably damaged, if you are out here living your best life wilding out in the streets, I am not going to volunteer my uterus, my livelihood, my self-esteem. I'm not volunteering none of that. Just for what? For what? So my child could say, "Oh, we got the same daddy." Absolutely not. That's some bird mentality. That's bird mentality. And this bird mentality because Tristan is not worthy based on the behavior he's displaying. He is not worthy of being a father to anybody. Like he don't want to be present in the household. He want to be a baby daddy. That's all he want to do. And if you meet a dude out here who don't want to do nothing but spread it wide and drop it low and spread his seed all over the street, he just looking to be somebody baby daddy. He just looking to trap women and tie his name to all these different beautiful women so that he could continue to raise his social capital with thoughts in the street. Because honestly, there's a group of women who want to just have babies by successful men. And they're like, listen, I don't need for you to be a father to my child. I just need you to bust that load in me, give me some seeds so I can go down to the office and collect me a check. But if you are a competent, educated woman, why would you voluntarily have a baby with somebody who's just looking to spread seed and not looking to be a father who's present in the household? Who's not looking to build a family with you, like a real family, not a pass by, not a oh I'm home sometimes, I'm not home sometimes. Somebody who want to go to soccer games, who want to go to cheerleading, football, whatever, whatever kind of kids y'all have. They want to show up every single day and they want to be a part, an active member in the rearing of the children. It's bizarre to me. It's bizarre to me. And this man was going above and beyond to prove that he was a changed man. Meanwhile, he is spreading it wide and dropping it low in the gym with Marley. Exactly. He hasn't even seen his son yet. How you making another baby? That's what I'm saying. Like women, some women out here, I swear to you, it's like if this man will treat his own flesh and blood, which is his son, with such disrespect and don't acknowledge him, don't spend time with him, is not present in the rearing of him, is not going above and beyond to make sure he can be an active father, if he is willing to treat his own flesh and blood that way, what possesses you to believe he won't do that to you one day? Do you somehow think you're an exception to the rule? Do you somehow think you're above the disrespect? Because you are not. A disrespectful man is a disrespectful man, no matter how you slice him. He an off-brand Nick Cannon. Yes, it's given very much. But the difference between him and Nick Cannon is Nick Cannon ain't out here lying to these women. I could respect Nick Cannon. Now, I'm not saying I agree with what Nick Cannon is doing. Hey, procurement queen, I'm not going to say I agree with what Nick Cannon is doing, but I can respect what he is doing because he's not lying to people. He is living full force ahead in his wholeness. He's like, I'm a hoe. Your mama's a hoe. We all hoes. And I want you to know that I'm hoeing out here, that I'm getting as many women pregnant as possible. I'm in a survival state. I don't know what he's going through. But that's what he's trying to do. He's not lying though. Tristan is actively lying to Khloe. This man went on a whole performance. He was trying to win the Academy Award for best recovering cheater, only to continue to be cheating. It's like, oh my God. And then Khloe, literally, and you know what I think Tristan was thinking, because honestly the best predictor of future behavior in a man is past behavior. And so you know that the last time Khloe was pregnant with True and about to give birth, he had did what he did and embarrassed her with Jordan Woods. And Khloe was in a state of like, oh my God, it's a new baby, I'm a new mom, all the emotions, I don't want him to miss out on the birth of his child, he needs to be present, I gotta forgive him for the sake of my child. Khloe wanted to absolve herself of responsibility for Tristan's cheating, and she wanted to use her child, I'm sorry, as a scapegoat for his behavior. And that to me was why I got so mad at Khloe, because I was like, I get your hormones are raging. I get that you just gave birth, but you are actively using the birth of your child to absolve this man of what he's done to you. Like, you are using this is a scapegoat woman. You can film this birth. You can film this birth, and he can watch the video, and he can come by the hospital and see his daughter, and he can go to the nursery, or he can take the daughter to the family room. You know how they have those family rooms. You could actually get a whole nother hospital room in which when Tristan wants to see his baby, he can go in the other room with the newborn baby, and he can bond with her. He ain't got to be present with you. He ain't got to film on this show, and he ain't got to be all up in the camera like, oh, this moment will be remembered forever. That was not for the public to see. That was a private moment for you and him and True to have. We didn't need to see that. You didn't need to prove to us that that Tristan was in the room. Why did you need to make that public? Why did that need to be aired to us? Talking about some True's gonna look back on this memory. No, True's gonna look at the family footage. She's gonna look at the family footage. You wanted to absolve this man of his disrespect and use your child as a scapegoat, saying, I'm postpartum, I'm a new mom, I'm just doing the best I can. Bear with me. No, no one's bearing with you. This is insanity. This is complete and total insanity. Complete and total insanity. And the fact that he literally got another baby out here and you are about to deliver, Tristan was thinking, I promise you, he was thinking, maybe she'll be in the same state of mind she was when she gave birth to True. She will feel embarrassed because there's another baby coming. She will have egg on her face, and she will do everything that she can to put together the best, most well-crafted PR campaign that minimizes her looking crazy in the situation and maximizes my recovery process. It's a no for me, dog. He was preying on her postpartum distress, and I don't like it. I'm just like, ugh, ick. He's icky. Like, he is so icky. He is so icky. Why would you do that to your child? Like, why would you do that to your child's mother, like, willingly? Like, I'm just a whole bum out here. Icky, icky. And if Tristan Thompson wasn't rich, he would be getting dragged for filth in the streets. But because he's rich, it's like, oh, he can afford to do it. Khloe doesn't need him. She has money. She doesn't need him. She can just take care of her kids on her own. It doesn't matter if you have money or don't have money. No woman wants to voluntarily be a single mom. No woman wants to actively bring children into a broken home. Like, that's not a normal thought process for a woman. Like, he don't get no pass for me for that. It's just like, ew. And neither does Khloe, because it's like, ew, ew. He is just gross. He is gross. And now you see how much weight this woman done lost. I honestly think that she's on the verge of a nervous breakdown. She looks like a completely different person. She is eating disorder thin. Now, I'm not saying she has an eating disorder because I don't know that woman, but she is eating disorder thin. She is body dysmorphia thin. She is, I can't control my world, so I'm going to control my body thin. It's scary, and it's very scary. My thing with Khloe is he literally did this with his first baby mama, Jordan. Why does she think she would be an exception? I ask that question all the time. The best predictor of how your man's going to behave is what he did in the past. I think Tristan uses beautiful women to rebuild his own self-esteem. I think he has some kind of trauma. I don't know what happened to him as a kid. I don't know if that he has an attention seeking fetish, or he just likes to like damage women to repair his own childhood wounds. But something is going on with that man. Something is definitely going on with this man. Like, the house ain't built on a solid foundation with him. I don't know what it is, but something is very off. Because how do you get dragged for filth by the entire world after you did what you did with Jordan Woods? Like, literally, this man was dragged for filth, and you go out and do it again, but worse, because now there's a baby to show for it. It's like you don't even have any respect for yourself. Like, you just don't care. Like, he doesn't care. His moral compass is at an all-time low. Is at an all-time low. Um, like Shop Diva Sandy said, I used to like Khloe out of all the Kardashians, but she is the stupidest one, thinking that he was gonna change, she was gonna lose him, like she got him. Honestly, I used to say the same thing. Khloe was always my favorite because I felt like she was funny and she was relatable. Like she just seemed like the kind of girl you wanted to hang out with. Like she was super cool. Um, but I think Khloe, has done so much surgery to herself that even like, because I mean, honestly, let's be real, guys. Like, no matter how much you fix your outer appearance, you can get a BBL, you can get liposuction, you can get a tummy tuck, you can get, cheek implants, Botox. You can do all of these things to make yourself look aesthetically different. But if you spent your entire life believing that you were ugly, because think about it, Chloe, if you watched the early seasons of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, she was fat shamed by her sisters all the time. She was told that she was the ugly, funny one, like the goofy sister, the party girl, the home girl that everybody wanted to kick you with. She was one of the boys. Like she was tall, and according to her sister, she was tall and awkward. That trauma doesn't leave just because you look better through surgery. You have to do the work to repair those internal scars. And if you don't do the work to repair those internal scars, you can fall victim to a man like Tristan. You can fall victim to a man like Tristan. Like you can literally fall victim to being like, you know, maybe I'm still not good enough because even though I have money and I look beautiful, I'm still being cheated on. So like, what's wrong with me? And you start to internalize that as a woman. Like, what is wrong with me? Like, am I not cool enough? Am I not smart enough? Do I not have boundaries? Like, why is it that I always find myself back at square one with these men that I'm dating? Why can't I find a guy that just wants to commit and invest his life in loving me? That you can internalize that as a woman. Chloe is very broken inside, Tay. Very broken inside. I could see that just by watching, like very broken inside. And then Kim disturbed me. I don't know if you guys saw the interview, but Kim had did an interview where she was like, and to all you trolls out there who are talking crap about Chloe, I'm gonna find each and every one of you. And she was like, but you know what? I'm not gonna threaten you guys on camera, but just know. And I was sitting there watching it and I'm like, I get that's your sister, and like honestly, like I'm a ride for my sister too. If my sister was being bullied or harassed or traumatized, I'm definitely gonna ride for my sister. But Kim, the answer is not trying to call out the trolls who are trying to tell your sister that Tristan Thompson is a piece of crap that she should have left and got away from a long time ago. Like, I don't know very many people who were coming on the internet just blatantly attacking Chloe for the sake of attacking Chloe. Everybody was just like, whoa, sis, you jumped straight out of the window coming at Jordan Woods crazy, talking about she destroyed your family when the person who destroyed your family is the dude who was running around in the streets making you look crazy. And what I always say to my clients when I'm talking to them about accountability is you have to remember nobody can embarrass you without your permission. Nobody. You have to consent to embarrassment, which means whoever it was who was at the party who saw Tristan and Jordan Woods canoodling, they never would have been able to report to anybody that they saw them canoodling had Tristan not invited Jordan to his house. Had Tristan not sat next to her and asked her to get on his lap. Like it all leads back to him. Like you can't have evidence of an event unless the person who was supposed to be committed to you gives that person the evidence. It all leads back to the man. And so when Chloe posted that tweet, I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I don't care what Jordan Woods did. Jordan Woods cannot embarrass you unless Tristan Thompson is an active participant in the embarrassment. Period. Period. And Tristan owes you that loyalty because he laid down in the bed with you and made a baby. Jordan did not. Jordan did not lay down in the bed with you and make no kids. You are just some woman who happens to be her best friend's sister. She don't got no blood of yours running through her veins. None. And honestly, he kissed her. He kissed her. She didn't kiss him. I didn't see Tristan Thompson come out and say anything different. He is so disrespectful. He is so disrespectful. He is a professional life ruiner. I want everybody to know that if you ever been looking for the kind of man, if you ever wanted to identify the kind of man who will ruin your life, Look it up and you'll see a photo of Tristan Thompson. Because to me, that's the kind of man who takes pride in ruining the lives of the women he comes in contact with. A professional life ruiner. Those are the kind of men that are dangerous. They are super dangerous. Like, they're going to find them a talented woman. They're going to find them a woman with a little bit of business about herself. They're going to find them a woman with some low self-esteem, and they're going to exploit you and make you look crazy. And then once you fall into that hole as a woman of embarrassment and low self-esteem, that is a very dark hole to get out of. Like, it is so dark down there where you're like, oh my God, the world knows how embarrassed I am. Like, I gotta face the world every single day with this humiliation on my back. I gotta go raise my children and explain to them one day why their father embarrassed me all across the internet. I have to have these conversations over and over and over again when my daughters are dating and they get into bad relationships with men, and I'm telling them, no, baby, you should leave this guy alone. They're going to point back to me and say, well, mommy, how come you didn't leave daddy alone when he embarrassed you in front of the world? And as a mom, you're going to have to be able to answer those questions. And I don't think saying to your daughter, oh, well, I took your father back because he said it was a mistake, um, is enough, because now your daughter's going to follow up and say, well, how come he did it again? And then you're going to have to explain to your daughter, well, he did it again because mommy didn't do a really good job of holding daddy accountable. He did it again because mommy should have really left daddy the first time and she decided not to. He did it again because mommy's self-esteem was in a low place at the time, and I felt like I could put my trust in him to take care of my heart, and I couldn't. You're going to have to answer those questions. And he's going to have to answer those questions too. So I'm not absolving him. He's going to have to answer those questions too. But as a mom, you're going to have to answer those questions. And you're going to have to really convince your daughters not to make the same mistakes that you did and to learn from your story as an example. And that's tough. It's tough. It's tough when you got to look at your life and watch it back like, oh my God, like I have to deal with this. That could be tough. That could be tough. Um Trishan had issues, but Chloe's also she's very broken inside. Let me make sure I didn't miss anybody's comments. Oh, so what's the problem with having different dads? Like, that's a crime. It's not a crime, Tina Lachey, in my opinion. Like, I understand why a woman would want to have the same baby daddy, but honestly, it to me, I don't want. Listen, I want I want a man who is committed to helping me raise my children, whatever that means. If that means it's somebody else who's not the father of my first kid, so be it. There's always something on the other side of that rainbow. Like, always, always. There's always gonna be a man who will marry you. Like, there's people in my personal life who have two different baby fathers, and the third got she got with they don't have no kids, and he's the one who married her, and she didn't give him no children, no children, zero, and he's the one who put a ring on it. You don't have to trap a man with a baby. Like, you don't having a baby does not have to like be like, oh my God, we got kids together. He's the one for me. We're gonna spend our lives together. No, sometimes you be like, listen, I was, that D was D'ing. He puts enough sweet nothings in my ear. I gave him a baby. But I'm also not going to just stay in a bad relationship just because we got kids together. No, I'm going to move on. That relationship didn't work out. Move on to the next relationship. You got a baby by this one. That didn't work out. Move on to the next relationship. And that third time, you learned your lesson. You're not just willingly having babies with people. You're like, no, we're going to build something solid and serious, or we're just not going to do it. And that's how you end up getting married, because you set a boundary. Set a freaking boundary. Set a freaking boundary, and stop telling yourself as a woman, stop telling yourself that because you have children with a man that you're spoiled milk. You are not spoiled milk. You're not. That is the biggest misconception that women tell themselves. Like, oh my God, well, we got kids. If I leave him, who gonna want me? I got 3 kids. I got 2 kids. I got 4 kids. Like, who is going to want me? Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. That is the biggest lie you could tell yourself. That is the biggest lie you could tell yourself, because honestly, there are men out here who will absolutely be with you if you have kids by other people. If y'all are mission and purpose aligned, there's nothing stopping the relationship from working out. Mission and purpose alignment. Do you believe in him? Does he believe in you? Do you support his dreams? Does he support your dreams? Do you challenge him? Does he challenge you? What are y'all working on? Because to me, it just seemed like Tristan and Khloe wasn't working on anything. She was working on trying to get him to be faithful, and he was working on how to dupe her into sneaking around behind her back. What happens when you set boundaries and he no longer wants to be a parent? You know what, Lint Liquor? That is a rough one because that huh, there is a group of men out here who will procreate with you, have kids with you, and as long as you will give them access to you emotionally, financially, or sexually, they will be an active parent in your child's life. The moment you say, I don't like the way that you've been treating me, and therefore I will no longer give myself to you in that way, whether it's financially, emotionally, or sexually, they say, well, I no longer want this child. Like, I don't need to be a father anymore. Like, if you're done with me, I'm done with y'all. And honestly, it is rough, but those are the kind of men that you have to be ruthless with. And I say that not to be mean. I say that to just be transparent. You got to be ruthless with them. And by ruthless, I mean I'm not going to force my kid on you because honestly, I don't want you traumatizing my child. Um because you don't want to be a father, but I'm pushing this kid on you. Now you treating my child crazy. You're not spending quality time with them. You treat them like they're a nuisance or disruption to your life. No, but I'm gonna treat you ruthless, which means do not call my phone. You're definitely probably gonna get put on child support. I'm absolutely gonna make sure that you are held accountable for your responsibilities financially. And if you want to run from that, then you have to deal with the consequences the way that they may fall, whether that's with the state, with the courts, or whatever. But I'm not going to allow you to absolve yourself of something that you were an active participant in. No, it's either that or B, I'm gonna get the hell away from you and never speak to you again. Like I'm telling you, I will cut you off so strong, I will be a ghost to you. You will be a stranger in the street, and my child will never know you existed. What happened to my daddy? I don't know. He died in a car accident 7 years ago. We don't know who he is. I don't know that man. And I hate to say that, but you could really break a child's heart if you have to explain to them that their father or doesn't want anything to do with them. That's traumatizing for a kid. That could ruin their life for forever. So what's worse, traumatizing your kid by telling them the truth? Your father don't want nothing to do with you at 7 years old, or maybe telling a little bit of a fib to your kid, and then when they get emotionally and mature enough, 15, 16 years old, when they can actually process their thoughts, having an honest conversation with them. Like, listen, your father is alive. I'm not gonna tell them their father died because that's kind of dramatic, but maybe you could say, your dad's just not around. Like, he's not around. Having an honest conversation with them. Like, listen, this is what happened between mommy and daddy. You can build a relationship with him now if you so choose. I'm not going to get in the way of that, but I wanted to protect you when you were younger, and I didn't want your heart to be broken. Sometimes you just got to tell kids the truth. Hey Letitia, how are you? Um, Tristan don't even get along with his parents. I tell you something. Listen, I didn't even know that, Tina Lachey, but my rule of thumb is that if your mama don't like you, the person who is biologically programmed to love you, if they don't like you, I don't want nothing to do with you. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. When people when dudes start saying, "Oh, me and my mom, I don't really mess with my mom like that," or I don't mess with my mom. Mm, mm. That woman is biologically programmed to love you, and she don't like you. That's a flag. You don't like her. You spent a whole 40 weeks, or close to it in her womb. You know what her heart looks like from the inside. You know the sound of her heartbeat better than anybody else, and you don't want nothing to do with her. That's scary. That's scary. You're not working on that relationship. Like, I get it. All families got problems, but have you actually tried to go to therapy with your mom? Like, I don't know. That be the kind of stuff that be flags that people just overlook. Like, you can't overlook that. Anybody who's willing to cut their mama off is not somebody you should be trying to build a life with. I don't care what the reason is. Like, if you willing to cut your mama off for some random girl in the street that you ain't married to, no, 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 ma'am, no ham. No, ma'am, no ham. Mm-mm. No, ma'am, no ham. As long as you are a great mom and doing your part as a parent, then the kids will eventually, absolutely. Yeah, when they're emotionally mature enough, I would have the honest conversation and just tell them the truth. Like, it just didn't work out. But honestly, I think that your children will respect you more as a parent if you can have an honest conversation with them about why you left a bad relationship. Like tell them like I was not trying to ruin your childhood. And trust me, it weighed heavy on my heart to separate our family because I know how difficult it is to raise a child in a single home and how difficult it is to be judged by the world for not coming from a two-parent household. So please know that mommy made this decision with the best intention for your future. But I didn't want to rob you guys of joy. I didn't want my kids to see two parents growing up in a household who don't like each other. I wanted you to grow up with a mom and dad who had fun together, who laughed, who shared memories, who raised you equally, who both did bath time, who both cooked dinner together. Like, I want you to see a healthy dynamic of a family. I didn't want to see you, well, mommy and daddy arguing again every single day. Like, parents argue. That's normal. That's healthy. But if y'all don't, we don't like each other and daddy is just constantly cheating and I'm constantly trying to do damage control, absolutely not. Absolutely, you could destroy a child's whole life with that kind of drama. It's just too much. It's too much. Absolutely, it's too much. But anywho, it is 12 something in the morning, and your girl has been running her mouth for 40 minutes or almost. So I'm gonna go ahead and get me some rest. But I just wanted to come and check in on this Tristan and Khloe situation. I hope you guys like the live before you head on out. Thank you for stepping in and keeping the conversation with me. Do me that favor and hit the like button on the way out. And yeah, I wish Khloe all the best, but it's a hot ghetto mess. All right, guys, I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.